Today we finish off the oil changes in the engine, gearbox and differential. Hello, welcome to Jerry Motorsport. I'm Jerry. Let's get started.
Let's take the new oil filter and then with some brand new oil we're going to prime the filter. And with some of that fresh oil, just take it a little bit and run it around the seal just to lubricate that for refitting. And then just tighten it up like hand tight. That's the oil that's been draining for absolutely ages. I don't think I'm going to get any more drips out of there. So it's time to take out the oil. There's all these little tiny pieces of what looks like metal. So I'm going to fish one of those out and have a good look. Little flakes of something. They do look really worryingly metallic.
The good news is I got that flake out, what I thought was metal, but looking at it, it just looks like a piece of white paint. Right, okay, I feel really stupid now because I've worked out what this is. So when I pierced the oil filter in an attempt to get it off, I had the oil catch can below it, and what I've done is I've scraped off some of the white paint that is on the oil filter. Forgetting what I'd done. Got me a bit of a panic that I had metal shavings in my oil, but fortunately it's just paint from the oil filter that I removed and stuck underneath. So yeah, all good. No metal pieces left behind in the oil, just these random pieces of paint. So you can see the oil filter that I've bashed around and little more of those white paint flecks set there on the chassis rail. I'm just confirming that that is a stupid oversight that I had there. Well, at least it's nothing serious and I just look stupid. So the gearbox has finished draining as well, so we will grab the oil out for recycling and inspection. Milky suspended solids kind of look to the oil. Last time when we took the gearbox out, which was the last time we did this, it was actually full of brass pieces. In there, there's a little tiny pieces of brass. Finally, rear differential oil all stopped as well, so time to take that out and inspect. Now, I don't think I actually cleaned out this catch can properly beforehand, so there's lumps and things at the bottom, which was there before, but actually the oil just looks really dark and that's about it. Slight mistiness. And that is the three oils collected. Engine oil obviously the most at the front, then gearbox, then rear differential. So now we're going to focus on getting the oil cooler drained down. So it's bolted into the side of the chassis rails here. It's got bolts directly to the plate on the side next to it. Two bolts obviously for the feed and return lines. So those two come off. Depending on how I get to these various bolts, they'll come out. I think I might have to take the horns out first just to get to a bit better. They're a little bit in the way for getting spanners and things in, so I get horns off and out of the way and then onto the bolts on the side there to get the oil cooler out, and then we can flush that through, drain it and then refit. Right, the oil cooler thermostat connection is proving particularly difficult. They're all disconnected and ready to be removed, but they just won't come off. There's just, I can't get the purchase or whatever, they've been on for so long, there's such a lip that you just can't get these off. So
Fortunately, there's a bit of spare in the length of the pipes I've got, so I am unfortunately going to have to trim those off. It's the only way I can see to get those off, so that's what I'm doing. Right, that's the thermostat off. Go around the front and pull out those hoses and catch the oil. Okay. These rubbers protect the hose from chafing on this metal panel. They're completely perished, they're like melted rubber. Got some new ones, pop those in instead. So these two grotty grommets have come out, and these two are going back. That's the two new rubbers fitted. Obviously the one behind the thermostat was really tricky. Obviously doing that one first was a good move. Right, now I put the oil pipes back through those, back up to the thermostat, and connect everything up. Right, that's the oil thermostat refitted, and the air duct also refitted. Bit of repair after mouse damage. That's all looking good in there now. Pipes all connected up, just bolt this up and put the horns back. Time to refit the drain plugs. We'll start with the sump, engine sump, and these have got a copper compression washer on them, so you just tighten those up until the compression washer compresses. So it's got a new washer on. There we are, that's the washer just nipped up, and now gearbox. Right, rear diff plug, homemade tool, and that is the diff ready for oil too. So gearbox oil is filled through the filler on the passenger side of the prop shaft tunnel. We need to take out the bolt there. So first job is get that filler open. So gearbox takes the same grade oil as the engine. So that's a 20W50. Awkward, so I've got a remote funnel, which I'm going to pop in the hole. I've got the remote oil filler in position. Some oil in. Just checking the level of oil in the gearbox there. You can just see the green of the oil. It's not yet to the bottom of the threads, so we've got to add some more oil in there. Okay, little top up. There we are. Gearbox oil now filled up to the bottom of the threads there. You can just see that is the gearbox topped up. Just put the plug back in. So that's that done, and we'll move on to the differential. So rear diff is similar filling technique, so it's up until the oil level comes to the threads. We're filling it with a EP90, which I can't get in there. So what I think I'm going to do is this bottle of friction reducer that I've kept, fill that with the oil, so we'll see how this goes. That's one. Number two. Just be getting there. Right, that's the end of bottle number two. Number three, just had a power cut. Hopefully it doesn't go out again mid this. Oh, gone out again. Oh, got my torch, let's keep going. Power back on again. So just looking for oil to start coming out of the filler hole. It starts to come. That should be to the correct level when it starts coming out like that. Fill plug in, and then we're done. Onto the engine then. And then our homemade tool. And that is the differential filled back up again. So glad I took the time to paint the floor. It's made clearing up afterwards a whole lot easier. Right, well, we'll give the floor a proper clean once the car's out of the way. But yeah, having that floor painted does make it a lot easier to tidy up when you have a little spillage. And it's also easier to find things when they fall on the floor. Although I still haven't found a nut that went missing earlier. It's down there somewhere. I'll find it next week. And our power's gone out again. Well, this is daytime. Right, last job is to fill up the oil. See if it's on the dipstick yet. Oh, just on the bottom. Where are we at now? Nearly up to minimum. Halfway between min and max. And we are pretty perfect, ever so slightly over max, but we've got the oil cooler to fill and any voids that are still left in the oil filter, so I'm not too worried about that. Stick the dipstick back. Right, that's it. That's engine oil back in, gearbox oil back in, rear axle oil back in. All that remains now is remove my reminder so I know to start up. No oil in the system. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave some comments and subscribe if you fancy it. I can't make you.